You know what text talk is? You know in text you'll write mate will be M8. So I get bits of data that comes through. Now what I'm going to tell you, I'm doing the show as well to raise awareness for sense. Have you all heard of sense? Probably never heard of it before tonight, did you? I mean, sense is very, very rare. There's no connection to sense in the Southwest at all. And I was kind of like, what? Now, what sense is about a charity who work with children born deaf and blind. Children, babies born deaf and blind. Now, when I was speaking to them, I was intrigued at how do you get through to a baby, an infant born deaf and blind? They're in a box of darkness and a box of no sound. Can you imagine that? I'm going to try a little experiment with you right now. I want everybody in the auditorium to close your eyes. Just close your eyes for me. Okay? I want you to see nothing but darkness. Imagine you're standing in sort of just empty space. You can see darkness, absolute darkness in front of you, above you, look below you, to the sides, behind you, absolutely nothing. If you can see that, just say yes. Great. Now, I want you to keep looking, absolutely nothing. And imagine now you cannot hear. It's impossible, isn't it? You can't not do that. You can't not hear, can you? So imagine now, the onus is on you to get through to an infant who can't see or can't hear. Imagine that. Okay? Now that's why I want to raise awareness for that, and that's why I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for you guys coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. Give yourself a round of applause. Well done. I really appreciate you doing that. And we're going to bring sense to the Southwest. They have absolutely no one representing them in the Southwest except I said to them, you have now, and I'm going to go up and spend some time with them in the next couple of weeks and learn how they get through. So that being said, questions, fire away. Come on.
Is there any difference if someone takes their own life, as in cross?
Yeah.
They stay over. Is there any difference?
So you want basically saying, is there something that happens to someone who crosses themselves over? Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, great question. Thank you very much. The question in relation to people who cross themselves over is, first of all, we get it, as a medium I get it. I can't speak for all mediums, but I get it as a concept that it's never the way out. They get it. What happens is they don't actually get away from their problems, okay? And it's usually in relation to why they cross themselves over, it stays with them. And it gets sort of elevated to the concept that not only did they not get away from their problems, but they created a new set of problems as well. Because the loved ones that they've left behind are left in bewilderment and sorrow and say, why weren't we there to help this person? So they see all this. But what I can tell you this, is they come back and they work really, really, really hard with the family and friends that have left behind to help them get through it and to stick with them and help them move spiritually along their path as well. So as much as I will stand up here and say quite comfortably, it is never, ever the way out, okay, because you don't get away from your problems. But I can tell you this, on the occasions that I have come across them, they work really hard to try and fix where they went wrong, learn their lessons, and create a comfort zone around those people they've left behind. Does that help you? Your mic's not working. That was not working, John. Good question, though. Thanks very much. Any others? I don't know. Hi. Brilliant question. Okay, a visitation. You have dreams and visitations. Okay, a dream is a scenario where basically is your mind putting logic to bed. Okay, and very often dreams just are weird, and you will forget them. Okay, a visitation is completely different. A visitation is worth 1,000 readings. Okay, because it's them making direct contact with you. Okay. Now what that means is they're able to get to you in an area that we call REM, R-E-M. You heard of that? REM sleep is when your higher mind is up high. It's kind of like what we do as mediums. We lift our minds up, bring our energies down low, and they work in between that sort of field. Now, the thing about a visitation is you will remember everything about it, absolutely everything about it. You remember what they were wearing, where they were, what they said to you, how you felt, how they felt, how they smelt, and everything about it. And that's a visitation. That is worth 1,000 readings. That's a direct contact with your loved one. Now, if you have that, cherish it. Okay? And I will give you another little bit of advice. If you have what we call a direct contact, okay, or a visitation, when you wake up the following morning, A, you'll feel better, B, write it down. Write it down, okay? Write it down, put it in a book, put it in a diary, and make a note of it. And every time you go back to it, you'll just feel that much more better, okay? You understand that? Yes, Paul.
Yes, Paul.